Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We'll get started. First question will come from Rick Stroud.
Hey, Bruce, clearly you're not used to being shut out. You lost your two top receivers and your leading running back. How much was that a part of the story, or really hadn't scored before they went out?
Yeah, it was big. Obviously the young guys, I was hoping they'd step up a little bit more, the receivers. And overall, we just dropped too many balls, too. I mean, when we did have some guys open, and they did a good job playing. They played that hard man-to-man, and we did not do a very good job of getting open.
Thanks.
Next question will come from Greg Auburn.
The line of scrimmage, just what their defensive line did to pressure Brady. I think they got to him for 4 sacks and kind of start things there.
Yeah, it's all coverage, I mean, we like to get the ball out of our hand quickly. They play that tight man and 2 deep safeties, and took some of those away and made us hold the ball.
Bruce, you guys had put a lot in wanting to be able to win a division title on your home field. How much does it hurt? You guys are going to win this division at some point, but how much does it hurt not to have that?
It hurts more losing all the players we lost. We lost about 7 starters in this game, so I'm more concerned about that right now.
Thank you.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach, along those lines, do you have an update on any of these players with the injuries, Mike, Chris, Lenny, Levante?
No, 2 or 3 hamstrings. Obviously, Chris's knee, Levante's foot, Leonard's a hamstring, so we'll wait and see.
And, Coach, just before the game, Jason Light said on the Buccaneers radio network that Mike Edwards and Antonio Brown will be rejoining the team next week. Can you just speak to what went into that decision to bring both players back?
No, it's in the best interest of our football team, and both those guys have served their time, and we welcome them back.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We'll go to Scott Reynolds. If any media have a question, please raise your hand.
Bruce, you guys struggled in some short yardage situations. On a 3rd and 2, there's a deep shot to Jalen Darden that's incomplete. The 4th and 1, it's a deep shot to Gronk that's incomplete. Keyshawn Vaughn failed to get a yard on 3rd and 1. Can you explain the rationale in taking such deep shots for those first 2 I mentioned when you needed 1 or 2
Yeah, I
yards?
think it was just the man-to-man who was single covered, and I'll take that Gronk matchup most times, and whether he was interfered with or not. But yeah, I'll still take that matchup.
Thank you, Bruce.
We'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Bruce, obviously the defense played well enough to keep New Orleans out of the end zone. How disappointing is it that your offense just could not find anything to put any points on the board?
Yeah, it's very, very disappointing. It's never happened to me. I can't remember last time I shut out or us. But our kicking game, our kickers let us down also. I mean, this is between the offense and the kicking game. It cost us the game. The defense played good enough to win.
We'll go back to Greg Auburn.
First, the best spark you had offensively was Ronald had the 2 runs, like a 10-yard run, then a 32-yard run, and then he came off the field. I think it was 2 misses with Keyshawn. How much did that hurt having to take him out for whatever reason and kind of losing the momentum he had there?
Yeah, it's just a matter of him getting gassed real quick and getting Keyshawn in for a couple pass plays.
Thanks, Bruce.
We'll go back to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach, I know you mentioned the injuries. Do you have any indication on the severity of any of those?
No.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go to Safid Dean.
Coach, I know obviously the timing of all these injuries with 3 games left here is not ideal. How do you just try to approach the final stretch here with these injuries?
Yeah, whoever's up got to go play a little better, and doesn't matter who's available, but we got to get ready and go beat Carolina.
We have time for a few more. Next, we'll go to Joey Knight.
Coach, Gronk had some uncharacteristic drops. Was he okay tonight, or he just struggled?
He just dropped it.
Okay, thanks.
We'll go to Rick Stroud.
Bruce, the Saints have had your number in the regular season. Is it primarily their defense has just given you the most trouble?
Yeah, there's no doubt. We've struggled with their secondary a number of times now.
Thanks.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Hey, Rojo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, first question will come from Greg Allman.
Well, obviously you had some good runs in there, but on the whole, just want to see how hard it is for this offense, how good you've been at home to get shut out like you did tonight.
Yeah, just disappointed. You know, I had some guys go down, you know, a lot of guys got to step up, so just back to work, like Coach said.
Ronald, obviously the injuries played a big part in that. Why do you think the Saints defense handles this offense as well as they do?
Just division, you know, familiar opponent. So I guess, you know, just game prep. Just got to figure out something.
Thank you.
We'll go to Rick Stroud.
Ronald, you had those two big runs, and then you had to come out of the game, and they were unable to pick up a first down. Were you just kind of gassed after all that?
Yeah, you just like to keep the ball moving, you know. Yeah, didn't feel like us today, so, yeah.
Next, we'll go to Janelle.
Rojo, you said that you guys didn't feel like yourselves today. Is there any particular reason why? Obviously, you guys are used to putting up 30 points a game, so very uncharacteristic day for the offense.
Yeah. Yeah, again, just guys going down, you know, fighting adversity. And we didn't fight through it today, so I guess that's it.
Did it feel like you guys matched the Saints from an intensity standpoint from the jump?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, just unexpected events and, you know, calls not going our way, you know, just might have, you know, momentum. It was hard to come back from.
Thank you.
Scott Reynolds.
Rojo, seeing Chris Godwin, then Mike Evans, then Leonard Fournette go down, was that deflating at all to you guys on the sidelines, losing some of your top guns to injury?
Most definitely. You know, those guys, you know, play a huge role in our team, so we just got to uplift them and do better, you know, from a whole standpoint, from offense.
Hamstrings typically don't heal in a week. You're ready to take over as the starting running back if called upon next week in Carolina?
Most definitely. Always ready, you know, when the numbers call, so just making the most opportunities.
Thanks, Rojo.
All right, that's all we have. Thanks, Rojo.
Recording stopped.
Hey, Tom, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, give me 1 second. Okay, first question will come from Rick Stroud.
Tom, I know it's very rare for you to get shut out or your team, but when you lose Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Leonard Fournette, that had to be a big part of today, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we just didn't execute great, obviously, and just a tough night. So didn't do much anything right. So got to get a lot better. Got to get back to work. There's a lot of football left, and see if we can go get a win next week.
We'll go to Greg Allman.
Obviously, the injuries played a big part tonight, but this Saints defense has handled you guys better than anybody else. What makes them do that? What has allowed them to beat you guys in 4 regular season games like this?
They're pretty good. They got a really good defense, really good scheme, tough to go against, well coached, a lot of great players, a lot of veteran players. They played together for a long time, so they did a great job.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Tom, I know you guys had a lot of expectations going into tonight with the red out, the stadium, and hopes of clinching the NFC South. Just how disappointing is it for you guys to not be able to clinch it on home turf?
Well, we just didn't play well enough, so I think it was just thinking about one game and how we could win the game, but obviously you don't score points, you're not going to win.
We'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Tough night.
Hey, Tom, obviously you guys gained the Saints by 90 yards, but was it not having, you know, some of your key players down the stretch, you know, when you had to convert on 3rd down? Was that the biggest crippling factor on this game?
I don't think we were, you know, much good of anything tonight. Just I wish it was just one thing. It was a lot of things. So we got to do better in every facet of offensive football to you know, score points. We're not going to win scoring no points.
We'll We'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Tom, after you threw the interception, looks like you had some words with Dennis Allen. What was discussed there?
Oh, nothing, just football.
Last question will come from Casey Hudson.
Hey, Tom, you guys talk a lot about the next man up mentality. What do you need to see more of out of the younger players, and especially in that wide receiver 3 slot?
Yeah, we just, a lot of guys got banged up tonight, but that's part of football, so got to try to figure out, who can go in and fill in some roles and play great football, and we're going to have to put together a great week this week.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate you
Thank you.
taking the time, Tom. Hey, Jordan, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, first question will come from Jenna Lee.
Hey, Jordan, can you just describe the challenges that you guys seem to encounter with Marcus Callaway on the deep ball in particular?
I think it was just the ball was in the air. We needed to make a play. It was underthrown ball. I think we had 2 people back there. It was just he made the play and we didn't.
And obviously a lot went into tonight's game, a lot of excitement, possibly clinching the NFC South title at home. Obviously you guys weren't able to do that. Just how disappointing was it for you guys to not be able to come through?
It's very disappointing. Last couple of years versus Saints, they keep beating us in the regular season. So to close this one out, to win the division, it was big. We got to get to work.
We'll go to Greg on it.
Jordan, you guys were down some key players in that secondary tonight. What is this? I know it comes into losing effort, but for this defense to hold the Saints to 9 points to keep them out of the end zone, can you guys take something to build on that, knowing you're probably going to have to shoulder more of the load moving forward with some of these injuries on offense?
Oh, yes. It's next man up, especially for the defensive side. We got a couple players down. Andrew Adams stepped up 2 weeks in a row from me last week, and then Antoine and Mike this week. We'll be getting some guys back and guys getting healthy, so that'll be big for us. And don't know too much about what's going on the offensive side with the injuries, but prayers they get healthy, and Tom's going to lead them guys, and that we'll get back on track.
Thank you, Jordan.
Next, we'll go to Joey Knight.
Jordan, how tough is this to swallow considering the defense barely played well enough to win? You come out of the end.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
How tough is this to swallow considering the defense played well enough to win? You kept them out of the end zone.
It's hard. We wish on the defensive side we made a couple more plays. Got a couple turnovers. We had a pick at the end of the game. We could have picked it off. There was a couple third downs we could have stopped them on. So it's we should put the game on our backs. We got enough guys, enough great players on this defense to put the game on our backs. So that's what we're just looking forward to do.
We'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Jordan, the fact that you kept them to 9 points, was the feeling on the sidelines in the fourth quarter as you guys got Tom Brady and somehow he's going to find a way to get you guys back in this game?
Oh, for sure. Anytime Tom gets on that field, we're down, we're up. He's going to put the game away. It's Tom Brady. We just got to make more plays. Defensive guys, we stopped them a little bit, but we let up two big passes that let them get 3 points. So there's a lot we can learn from, and we're trying to be perfect.
We'll go to Jenna Lee.
Hey, Jordan, I meant to ask you, Mike Edwards is going to be returning next week along with Antonio Brown from suspension. How do you guys receive those guys after their suspension? What's it going to mean to get them back? Just what are your thoughts on those guys returning?
For the safety room, we can't wait to get Mike back. Ball hawk. He's going to make a lot of plays for us. Every time he's out there, he makes plays. So that's going to be big, especially with some injuries right now. And Antonio Brown's going to be key too. You know, what he brings, the best receiver in the league for a long time. We're definitely going to need him. So we're welcoming them guys back.
Thank you.
Last question will come from Leo Haggerty.
Jordan, did the Saints do anything offensively that you didn't expect?
No, they ran the ball, threw it a couple times, bootlegs, but that's what we expected.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate taking time, Jordan. We'll have Joe Tryon-Shoyinka next, but he'll be a few minutes.
The Florida Lottery is proud to support education by contributing billions of dollars to Florida schools and awarding countless Bright Future scholarships so Florida students can do more than just dream of a brighter future. They can create one. Learn more at flalottery.com.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
Joe is on the way. Hey, Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Recording in progress.
First question will come from Casey Hudson. All right, we'll go to Greg Allman.
Obviously, a good night for the defense to keep the Saints in check, but how frustrating it is to have a chance to win a division title on your home field and to come up as short as you guys did tonight.
It's disappointing, but, it's just, just real disappointing, losing at home especially, but it is what it is, a lot more games left to be played, a lot more meaningful games to be played, So, we're going to fix what we have to fix, hopefully, get this thing rolling.
Is that the message after the game, just to forget this, move on and focus on getting back for Carolina?
We got to improve on, the things that we got to improve on, fix the kinks, and then, on to the next game.
Thanks, Joe.
We'll go to Jenna Lee. If you have questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Joe, your GM, Jason Light, just before the game announced that Antonio Brown and Mike Edwards would be returning to the team next week. Just what are your thoughts on those guys returning, coming back to the locker room?
I love them when on the field. I love how they play. They bring a nice element. They all have, they're both really talented. So, it's going to be nice to have them back.
We'll go to Joey Knight.
Joe, you guys kept them out of the end zone. Do you feel the defense played well enough to win?
Defense played well, but, we had a couple plays where, we wish we could, capitalize on. But other than that, it is what it is.
We'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Joe, with some of your starters starting to leave with injuries, did that take away from the confidence? Did you feel that evaporating? 7 starters losing in the game is tough to overcome for any team.
Yeah, that's tough for one game, but next man up mentality. The dudes who are up, they got to make the plays when the numbers call. So, it is what it is.
We'll go to Leo Haggerty. If you have questions, please raise your hand.
Joe, to follow up on Kevin's question, when you see those playmakers go down on offense, does it go through your mind, we got to kick it up a notch on defense?
Most definitely, got to, help the team out any way we can, looking for that spark, that's what we needed to do. But.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate taking the time, Joe.
Thank you all.
Recording stopped.
That concludes today's media availability.